guys, stop for a minute. All right? And think about the company you keep. Do they represent a direction you want to go? Do you know that just like we outgrow clothes, when our bodies expand, you outgrow your inner circle as well, as your mind expands?
Yeah.
Now, note that it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Neither does it make you mean or mean that you have become arrogant. It just means that you are evolving. So listen up, guys, and watch out for the signs you need to upgrade your circle. We got you covered. Why? Because this is Daily Top 5.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let go. Yes, some signs to know that you have outgrown your circle. Number one is you are not comfortable sharing your ideas. Now, your mind is elevating, and so are your ideas. But unfortunately, it's hard for you to discuss them with the people in your inner circle because you know that they will either consider them ridiculous or think you are bragging. Now, if this sounds familiar, it's a sign that you need to upgrade to a circle of people where you can freely discuss your ideas without feeling some type of way. It's so true.
So true.
Yeah,
people who feel like, oh, it's ridiculous. People who feel like...
People would actually steal it too.
The type of people who steal it. The type of people that are just negative. Are you sure it can work?
Yeah,
People in Nigeria, no, this thing cannot work.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Naysayers.
God.
Yeah, instead of encouraging you, they only downplay your idea. And then by the time it works out, these same people that abandoned you will be the ones, the first set of people to come out and say, oh, I know this person. And then so just stay away from them.
How do you say an idea? Okay, I want to do this, and you have nothing to contribute. Oh, is it good? Is it, should we add this? Should we add that? Like,
it's even another thing to do that, another thing to say, oh, I have this idea and everything, and they start to hate on you, like, you think you're the smartest.
yes.
Like, they'll make some, you know, they'll throw some jabs like, this is your brain, the way it used to work. Not only you, I mean, calm down first. Yeah. There's a bit of envy under, like, see, when it comes to friendship, I've been there, done that, and back. If you know me, you know me. Before I got to this, because people would, like, sometimes I'll post Insta stories with, like, my friends, but then they were like, oh, I like the bond that you share with your friends. No, it's not that these people, we just met each other. I've been through it, and I got to that point, I got to that point where I'm like, okay, let me pick the people that have actually been there from like day one, that can actually say, these are my friends. Every other person, we vibe. It's vibes on inshallah, but friends, when I say friends, they're just three.
Those people that no matter what happens, they're always
there.
And you need people like that in your life.
Yes,
honestly.
in your inner circle, you sure need them.
So if you're uncomfortable sharing your ideas, please move. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, okay? Number two is, it seems you are the most knowledgeable in your circle. Guys, this is one legit reason. Now, no one in your circle is operating on the same mental wavelength as you. No one hardly challenges your thoughts. No one adds to your knowledge. So you find it hard to engage in meaningful conversations, learn new perspectives, and so on. If this sounds familiar, you need to upgrade your circle and have people you can sharpen, who can sharpen your intellect. You know, this one is not even about, sorry to cut you short. It's not even about ideas or this one was just the thing where I noticed with this particular friend, like if I have issues with you, for example, and I say, oh, look at this thing with Amanda and I, like look at how the whole thing panned out. She never says, oh, maybe you should try this, maybe you should. She's always just like, If I come to her again about Catherine and I say, but see what Kathleen is doing now. Is this nice? Is this? She's like, I told my sister, I said, see, this game, will it work? It cannot, because I feel like you're not being genuine with me. Because I like when I have some conversations with my sister, I'm like, oh, I think that this person's trying to use me. And my sister said something to me interesting. She's like, you don't need to cut the person off. You can just keep your distance. But at the end of the day, feel good that you're like, you have resources to be a blessing to others. That's perspective. Are you getting it? Like, I now felt like, you know what, let me never cut this person off. Maybe there's some sort of comfort that this person gets from me. And that's why they keep coming around. So I just left it. But people that will never question what you have to say.
Have you? What did you want to say?
And you know, in cases like this, when you always have something to say and the person has nothing to add, it gets boring.
Yes.
And then when you're at a gathering with the person is like, she will soon talk. Okay, is it only you that has everything to say? Instead of the person to listen and even learn from you what they don't know, they feel it is, I too know you're always doing. So that thing alone can bring someone down. So it's best to just stay away from people like that.
So for me, my own angle on this is sometimes meaningful conversations has a lot to do with your IQ, your exposure, your environment, and your schooling. Like this, you can't help it. Somebody who maybe has been exposed, has traveled, you know, has been well educated, will talk differently from someone who is not. So you might be saying things like, oh, I'm going to do X, Y, Z with this method. And the person just clearly doesn't know. And if the person is not improving themselves and learning, you can't match up. It just doesn't happen.
Also, to talk about being the most knowledgeable in your circle, it's a thing where, oh, 3 of us are friends. When it's your birthday, we don't do like a group chat to want to celebrate you. When it's her birthday, we don't do like a group chat. But when it's my birthday, you all feel like you need to celebrate me.
Yeah.
It's like I'm the boss.
Yes.
Avoid those people. And when you start to feel like that in friendships too, it means that these people, you've outgrown them. And, I mean, move on.
All right, so moving on to the third tip. You feel like you don't fit in anymore. Conversations no longer flow. You find yourself experiencing so many moments of awkward silence when you're around them. You long to be in the company of people who will understand who you are becoming. And if this sounds familiar, that's a sign that you need to upgrade your inner circle to a circle of people who will level up to the new person you're becoming. That's kind of like what I was talking about. Like if I do my master's and I do this and I do that, and I've developed a business that is catering to 1 million people, and I'm trying to tell you that, oh, we hit our target of this, and what do you think about this?
You feel lost.
And you're just looking like, oh, you can't, I'm sorry, you need to add something to what I'm saying. You're doing a good job, oh.
It could also work when it comes to inside jokes. When you have friends and you don't see them all the time, they should at least try to keep in touch with you. Because if you don't know what's going on, the day that you guys decide to hang out, you feel awkward because inside jokes will be flowing and you'll be like, what does this mean? What are they saying? You look very confused. So it's not just business-wise, it's also when it comes to connection and hanging out and conversations.
I recently told someone that, you know, on your own, you can make 10 million naira. And she seemed really lost. And I was like, do you know that if you make 28K in a day, you can make 10 million naira? Like, and she felt lost. She felt like it was impossible. Like, before she can make that kind of 10 million, it's a man that has to give her. And I told my other friend, I said, me and this baby, we're not on the same wavelength, so because I'm looking for how to make my money, and you are there saying that, where will I find demand? Where will I, I'm thinking of business ideas, you are saying, where will I find demand?
And that is exactly what you're saying. So if sometimes some people are in a stage where this is where they're at, career. Some people it's family. Some people it's marriage. Some people it's something else. Do whatever is doing you. It's not that somebody is talking career, you are talking something else.
I just don't fit in anymore. Number 4 on the list is you don't have support. Now, anytime you are down, you do not receive any form of support, even though you are always there for them. So if the people in your inner circle are not giving you support, it is time to upgrade and be around people who are actually supportive. That is the truth. There was a friendship I felt that way.
I really can't.
Amanda, you know these stories now. You know. For each friend I'm saying, you already even know who they are. They're always draining me. Like, oh, this, I mean, I'll be the motivational speaker. Oh, you can do this. If it's work, if it's relationship, if it's family, if it's this. But then, let me have my own moment. It's like, you're supposed to be the strong person. I hate that thing. I hate hearing that thing. Woman. You're supposed to be the strong person. You're the one I get strength from. Yes, but it's okay for me to be weak sometimes too. And I need what you take from me. Let me take it from you too. Then it's that period you know that one of my friends turned up. My friend is getting married. My friend, so you turn up back to back and leave me crying. But when you are crying, you want me to be there for you, Kolewa.
You know, I actually think that people need to understand that even the people that are always there for you, the people you draw strength from, they also need encouragement. Many of them do not come out to tell you. You don't even know the battles they are facing. Because they smile and they encourage you doesn't mean all is well.
That's true.
Sometimes the battles they are fighting might be triple of what you're fighting and they're trying to help you solve it. So once in a while, I think we should reach out to people, check on them. That little thing that you feel, oh, I just called this person. It might mean a lot to the person. And just being there for the person.
So for me, I think the only thing I'll add to this is don't be selfish. I think a lot of these things come from selfishness. You want to receive support, you want to receive help, but you don't feel the need to give help because it's only your problem that is the biggest problem in the world. Don't be selfish.
I'd also want to put a disclaimer out there. I am not a consistent friend. Consistent in the sense that I will not call you every day to check up on you. Let me cast myself. But I am a dependable friend. Woo! If you need me, I come through. My friends know that. I will come through.
Love it. Now, the 5th tip on our list is you no longer miss them. Now, you are comfortable going for long without seeing or talking to them. They reach out to you, but for some reason, it's hard for you to reciprocate. If this sounds familiar, then it's a sign that you are outgrowing your inner circle. And instead of forcing things, allow yourself, move forward, and upgrade.
I think this thing should actually apply both ways. Not just how you feel. If you notice it from their end too, you need to just let them be. Because at a point, it feels like you're pestering them, you're forcing the friendship. So if you feel that way with someone else too, not just them not checking on you or you not checking on them, if you feel it both ways, just let it be. Because it's actually a sign that you also need to move on.
And the fact that you outgrow each other at some point doesn't mean you can't reconnect.
At all.
I had a friend that we didn't talk for like 2 years. It wasn't like we were fighting, but there was just nothing to say. And by the time we reconnected, it was like, oh, she's working on this, I'm working on this. Oh, we can now connect back on a different level.
And you reconnected because she had done something different. So it's like you, 3 months later, oh, how are you now, babe? It's a long time. I'm good, same old, same old. It gets boring. Everybody gets boring.
Exactly.
So work on that time to improve yourself. So when you reconnect again, you have something to talk about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love today's Daily Top 5.
Yeah,
and that
I
is
love
it on Daily Top 5. Up next is Truth Syndrome Monday. Stay here with us.